Hey guys, Patrick Wind here and welcome to this training model called Further Data Sources. So after we've presented already the entire Facebook analytics and also the different attribution models, now we're going to talk about further data sources which we can find within our ad account. So let's get started. For example, we will talk about the view charts, we will talk about the history changes, and then also the different data sources in the pixels and custom conversions. So we start with this one. So view charts. Okay, we could take whatever we want, but let's just select this one, for example, and click, instead of edit or duplicate, we click on view charts. That's an option. Also, if we select several ones, we can take the button here. So you've selected too many. So if you have to select fewer than 100 items, of course. But let's do, for example, let's take those two ad sets, it should be fine. Let's go in here. Let's take those. Exactly. So now we can analyze actually several items together, and this is of course very nice, but it is not always necessary to just select several of them and then analyze them together. It's always very valuable also if you just take, for example, one ad set, click either here, view chart, or on this one, and now you have several possibilities. You could jump around between performance, demographics, and placements. And I guess for us the most important is performance. And you see the results, which basically means the optimization event for this event was add to cart, and the cost per add to cart and the result rate. We see in which placement did it spend, and did it spend more on men or women, and in which age group. So for example, we see where it spends and where it gets the most results. So this is basically a similar analysis to breakdown, delivery, age or gender, but it's just in a more visual way. Okay, so it's basically the same as the breakdowns, but in a more visual way. And you can easily jump around between campaign level. You see it automatically puts you to edit, but then you have to just click here and view chart again. So on campaign level or on ad set level, as I said, you have to click once again here, or even on ad level. So for example, you see easily, like, we spent 10 euros on this ad, but we had several ads, and therefore the ad set spend was 38, and the campaign in total spend 3.8k. Okay, so that's how you can play around with the view charts possibility, with the view charts tool between performance, demographics, and placements. And you can also use the history changes. In order to see the history changes, the same structure again applies, and you can see here very nicely who did a specific change, when, which item was changed, and what was the effect on the delivery. Was the algorithm affected, yes or no? So those are these additional tools that we have when it comes to campaign, ad set, and ad level. So view charts, and then history changes. And the other thing that I would like to show you are pixels and custom conversions. Let's get started with custom conversions. Here you can simply set up a conversion, for example, for every person who came to your website, and the URL contained, for example, terms and conditions. If you have a URL for that, or you have a about us page, or you have a specific catalog page, whatever. If you want to target people who came to a specific page, then of course you have to create it, and then you will see here the volume of people who have realized this specific conversion. So conversion in this case means they have come to this URL. That's one option. And then in the Facebook Pixel, you also see here a very nice overview of how many events have been triggered and fired of the pixel over the past days. So all the available days, let's take for example last 28 days. We see how many times the pixel has fired a page view, how many times the pixel has fired a view content and add to cart, and even purchase. But purchase is of course doesn't happen so many times like the page view, but here you see a very nice overview of how many times our pixel has really triggered and fired data and then delivered it to our ad account. So guys, thank you very much for listening, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Goodbye.